Hello there, yogis, wherever and whenever you are. Welcome to the Dancing Yogi channel. Today's yoga dance flow will be dynamic, energizing, and expansive. It's fully based on intermediate sequence from the previous video, which is linked in the description. But of course, if you are an experienced yoga practitioner, you can practice this one as a separate flow. Just remember to stay safe and enjoy the dance. Let's start in child's pose. Stretch your arms along the sides of the body. Relax your back completely. Close the eyes. Begin deepening your breath. Gently roll your forehead side to side against the floor. Now hold your heels with the hands, lift your hips up, head stays glued to the mat. Shashankasana, hare pose. One deep breath here. And release your hips on top of the heels. Come up into sitting on your knees with a straight back. Inhale, open both arms wide to the sides, open the chest. Exhale, arch the back, chin to chest, and give yourself a tight, loving hug. Inhale, open again. Exhale, close, chin to chest. Repeat for a few more breath cycles in this way. Place the hands on the mat next to your knees. Inhale, press your palms against the floor. Lift up the hips as high as you can, engaging your core. Exhale, lower your knees down. Now hands on the mat behind you. Lean back and stretch the front of the body. Place your palms next to the knees and press up the hips again and lower them down. Bring your palms on the mat behind you and open your chest to stretch the front of the body. Repeat for one more breath cycle. Shake off your hands, roll out your shoulders. Place the right hand down on the mat, bend to your right side. Stretch the left arm over your head. Come back to center and bend to your left side. Back to center. Now gently twist to the right side, look back over your right shoulder. Return to center and twist to the left side. Come back to center. Take a deep breath in and out. Place your palms on the mat closer to the knees. Fully exhale. And with an inhale, press your hands against the mat. Lean forward and lift up the knees and feet into Lolasana. Hold here for one breath. And release. Rise up on your knees, arms up. Step the left foot forward, Ajaninyasana. Open your arms to the sides, turn the upper body to your left. Vertical twist. Stay here or lean back a bit. Straighten the left leg and try to reach the right heel with the left hand. Stretch the right arm up and over. Let go of the hold. Rebend the left knee again. Lift the right foot off the mat. Catch it with your right hand or with both hands and bring the right heel closer to your right glute. Release the hold. Inhale, arms up, Ajaninyasana. Exhale, bring your hands down on the mat. Lift the right knee off the floor. Bring the left knee up to the left shoulder and press back into three-legged dog. Move the weight forward into three-legged plank. Maybe one push-up here. Bend the left knee and roll over to your right side into sitting. Bring both knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug. And straighten the legs up into Navasana variation. Release the feet down. Stretch the right leg forward. Left knee is bent. Place the right hand behind the back and lift the hips up into Wild Thing. And look down, lift the left knee up and try to step your left foot to the left top corner of the mat as slowly and gracefully as you can. We end up in lizard lunge. Maybe the forehead is touching the floor. And turn into Skandasana on the left side squat. Wrap your arms around the left knee. Unwind. Place the right hand far behind you. Lift up into wide-legged Wild Thing. Now look down. Bring the left hand on the floor. Lift the right knee to nose and flip over into Wild Thing on the other side. Lower down the hips, bring the left foot a bit closer, drop the right hand on the floor behind the back, lift the hips and the left arm up. Continue to turn right, crossing your legs. Sit down in between your crossed knees. Right knee is on top of the left knee. Place both hands on the floor behind you. Inhale, lift up the hips. Exhale, lower the hips down. Wrap the arms into Garudasana, left elbow on top of the right one, and bend forward to your knees. Release, come up, place the hands on the floor in front of you, lift up the hips and walk your hands towards your left side 180 degrees until the legs are uncrossed completely. Stay and stretch here in wide-legged forward fold. Or if you want, lift up your legs into Shirshasana headstand. Just one breath here. And slowly bring your legs down into Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Continue walking your hands 180 degrees to your left side and sit down in between your crossed knees. This time, left knee should be on top of the right knee. Place both hands behind you. Inhale, lift up the hips. Exhale, lower the hips down. And wrap your arms into eagle again. Right elbow is on top of the left one this time. Fold forward for one breath. Rise up, lift up the hips and walk your hands 180 degrees to your right side. Uncross your legs completely. Bring the hips down. Inhale, lift up the hips and the right arm. Lower down, place the right hand behind you, stretch your right leg forward and lift up into wild thing. Left arm is in the air. Look down, bring the left hand down, right knee to nose, and flip it over into the wild thing on the other side. Right arm is up and over. Lower the hips down, help yourself to transition into Skandasana on the right side. Wrap your arms around your right knee, look up, one breath here. Release and turn right into lunge. And now bring the right knee to your right shoulder, hold for a moment. And flip it over into wild thing. Open your chest. Lower down the hips, lift your legs up, Navasana. Hold. And release your feet down. Hug your knees tight, let go. Left hand behind you now, right knee bent. Roll over to your left side into upward facing dog. Press into three-legged chaturanga. Right leg is in the air. And press back into three-legged downward facing dog. Stretch here. Bring your right knee to your right shoulder. Step the right foot in between your hands, arms up, Ajaninyasana. Lift the left foot off the mat. Catch your left ankle with your left hand or with both hands and pull it closer to the glute. Stretch here or maybe even go for a slight twist to the right side. Release the left foot down. Try to hold your left ankle with the right hand. Straighten the right leg and bend back, opening the chest up. Stretch the left arm up and over. Come out of the back bend, place your hands down, step the right foot back, and sit down on your knees. Release your forehead down to the mat. Relax in child's pose. Now we are going to reverse this sequence in a little bit faster pace with less cues. Slowly rise up. Place your palms on the mat close to your knees. Exhale fully and with an inhale, press your hands against the mat. Lean forward and try to lift up the knees and feet into Lolasana. Hold for one breath. And release. Inhale, rise up on your knees, arms up. Exhale, step the right foot forward, Ajaninyasana. Open your arms to the sides, turn the upper body to your right side, vertical twist. Stay here or try to pull the left foot closer to the left glute. Release, straighten the right leg and maybe go for a half camel back bend. Come out of the back bend, bring the hands down, right knee to right shoulder, hold for a moment and press back into three-legged dog. Right leg is in the air. Three-legged chaturanga and roll over to your left side into sitting. Hug your knees tight, one breath here. And straighten your legs up into Navasana. Release, stretch the left leg forward, right knee is bent, press up into Wild Thing. And from here, as slowly as you can, bring the left foot to the top of the mat. Lunge. Maybe touch the mat with your forehead. And turn into Skandasana on the right side. Open your arms to the side. Left hand far behind you. Lift up into wide-legged wild thing. Right hand down, look down, left knee to nose and flip over into wild thing on the other side. Left arm is in the air. Drop down the hips, bring the right foot closer, left hand on the floor behind you, lift the hips and the right arm up. And continue to turn left, crossing your legs and sit down in between your crossed knees. Left knee is on top of the right knee. Place the hands behind you, lift the hips up for one breath and lower the hips down. Wrap your arms into eagle, inhale, and exhale, bow down towards your knees. Release your hands on the mat, lift up your hips, walk your hands 180 degrees to your right side until the legs are uncrossed completely. Bend forward, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Stay here and stretch, or lift up into tripod headstand if it's in your practice. Slowly come out of the inversion and continue walking your hands to the right side 180 degrees and sit down in between your crossed legs. Right knee is on top of the left knee. Hands behind the back. Lift up the hips and lower the hips down. Wrap your arms into eagle arms, Garudasana, and fall forward. One breath here. Release the hands down, lift up the hips, walk the hands to your left side, completely uncross the legs. Lower the hips down slightly, inhale, lift the hips and the left arm up, open the chest. Lower down, place the left hand behind you, stretch your left leg forward and lift up into wild thing. Right arm is in the air. Look down, bring the right hand down, left knee to nose, flip it over into wild thing on the other side. Left arm is in the air. Lower the hips down. Help yourself to transition into Skandasana on the left side. Wrap your arms around your left knee. One breath. Release and turn left into lunge. Bring the left knee to your left shoulder and flip it over into wild thing. Open up your chest. Lower the hips down, sit down, bring the knees to your chest, give yourself a big hug, and stretch your legs up into Navasana. One breath here, and release. Stretch your right leg forward, left knee stays bent, roll over to your right side and slowly press back into three-legged dog. Left leg is in the air. From here, three-legged plank, maybe three-legged chaturanga, back to three-legged dog, and step your left foot forward, drop your right knee down, Ajaninyasana. Open the arms to the side, vertical twist to the left, and bring your right heel towards your right glute, stretch. Release the right foot down, straighten the left leg, and bend back, opening the chest up. Stretch the right arm up and over. Carefully come out of the back bend, rebend the left knee, come back to Ajaninyasana for one breath. Place your hands down on the mat and step the left foot back. Sit down on top of your knees. Fall forward into child's pose. Relax your arms to the sides. Hold your heels with your hands. Lift the hips up. Forehead stays glued to the mat. Shashankasana, hare pose. Take a few deep breaths here. Lower the hips on top of your heels, rise up into sitting, remain in stillness for a few minutes before you continue with your day. Namaste, and thank you for practicing with me.